Hello, today I'm talking with Will Boyce, who is the head of a local charity. Will, perhaps it's easiest if you tell me what your charity does.
Yeah, we're a local charity in the Staffordshire area that provides support to older people with mental health needs. That includes dementia, but we also work with people enduring mental health, bereavement loss, those sorts of age-related issues.
So perhaps to start off, you could give us an example of right ways and wrong ways to speak to older people who have dementia.
I think really you've got to understand that their reality is their reality. Yeah. So first off, don't go mucking around with their lives because that's how it is for them. And what I mean by that is that if somebody says they want to find their mother but they're 86, so the likelihood of their mother being alive is pretty remote, don't go tell them their mother's dead.
Right. Yes, because it used to be the case, didn't it, that you were encouraged to keep telling people the truth even if they forgot it.
Yeah, well, their truth is their truth. Their reality is where they are. So therefore, continually telling somebody that their mother's dead is all you're going to do is bereave them every time you do it. What you might want to say to them is, tell me about your mum. Where did your mum work? And move them through a timeline where you might say, when did your mum retire?
What other sort of common mistakes do people make in trying to be caring but just getting it wrong?
I think by putting standards or by assuming that the person will understand something when maybe their cognitive ability is not there. What we're trying to do, I think, across the whole of the dementia services is to work on the aspect of well-being. Yeah? And if we look at somebody's well-being as the actual best way to work with somebody, then you're going that way. Quick, very short story. My father was affected by dementia as well. He had vascular dementia. He rang me one evening and we were talking about a holiday I was going on and basically said, I'll be with you to help you. Now, he was 86. He got vascular dementia. He didn't drive. I didn't say to him, don't be so daft, you silly old. I said, thanks, Dad, because that's what he wanted to hear. He wanted to hear, son loves Dad and needs him.
Well, that's a very interesting and illuminating story about you and your father. Could you give us a counterexample of perhaps a time when somebody got it wrong? I
can give you one of my mother getting it wrong with my father because I can talk about that quite openly. My father was sitting in his chair, 86, got vascular dementia, and he's in his head planning a holiday, which is something he would do. Yes, he was a great planner. And he suggested to my mother, who was 78 at the time and has got a visual impairment, that they should take a boat on the Upper Thames. Now, my mother shot him down in flames and shouted at him. He was very upset. What she'd forgotten was actually he was thinking about their honeymoon, because where did they honeymoon? On a boat on the Upper Thames.
I suppose one of the things that's interesting there is that, yes, it was upsetting for your father, but then for the same reasons it was upsetting to your mother, and it caused her enduring harm too.
For about 3 or 4 years, yeah, after my father had died. Yeah.
And I think all of us who've been involved with caring for somebody with dementia would know that feeling where you get it wrong and you carry an enduring burden of guilt as a result.
Yes, absolutely. And that's why well-being and the supporting of carers is so important. Informal carers training is something that Approach does, and I know is a national thing across the country, and it's really, really important. A community that is friendly and acceptant.
So the right way, let me feed this back to you, so the right way is to keep affirming the person and what's important to them.
Yeah, understand who they are as a person. It's a person-centred approach to support. It's making sure that you understand their psyche, where they're coming from, and really, carrying on as you would normally, but don't put barriers up and make people feel upset, because all you're going to get is that. And then people get labelled, yeah? I always think that the issue around when we talk about challenging behaviour, which is a pretty dreadful expression, is about actually you got it wrong. The carer got it wrong, not the person with the dementia, because they're the person who've got the impairment, the damage to their brain.
Are you saying that if a carer can respond well to the situation, and of course we all make mistakes, but if a carer can respond well to a situation, it can have a major impact on the well-being of the person with dementia?
Absolutely, it does make a major difference to them, and it also makes a difference to the carer, and that's the important bit, that they are both in this at the same time.